Southeast Asia. Check it out.
Southeast Asia is the quintessential fantasy destination for expats all over the world. But the
Hell
funny
yeah.
thing is, most people will sabotage themselves.
Dude, like my whole life I thought about like things on like difficulty levels. I always thought Asia was like legendary difficulty. And maybe some countries are, but like once you get there, it's really not. Like it's actually more enjoyable than going to Europe if we're being frank.
Within the first 6 months. Almost all of the mistakes people make are predictable, and pretty much everyone makes the same mistakes, myself included. If you're over here, you've probably done the exact same thing, and if you haven't, congratulations, because your IQ is definitely above average. And even though you're listening...
No, bro, we're all just a bunch of dumb bones trying to make it in the world, trying to have fun while we're at it. But yeah, let's see his points. He's probably right.
Listening to me ramble on right now, I can guarantee you some of you will make these mistakes. If you're serious and you really want to avoid all the mistakes over here, check out the Move to Asia Blue.
I read the blueprint. Still made some mistakes. But there's a lot of stuff that I learned that's not in the blueprint, so, you know. Like, you can't just learn from other people's mistakes. You gotta try to. You gotta try, guys, but I don't know. I'll tell you about my mistakes once we get further in the video.
Blueprint in the box below. Okay, number one, this is funny because it's true. The 2-week millionaire. This is an absolute classic. You're a young guy, you come over here, you got some savings, and you think you're an absolute baller. Because you've heard the myths, oh, Asia is so cheap. Live like a king for $500 a month. And basically what's happened, because it's more affordable than at home, people lose the run of themselves. You think, oh, this pad thai is only $2. Back home, it's 10. I'm going to get 4 of them. You start comparing everything to at home. So what happens is you lose control of your lifestyle inflation. Suddenly, you're living in the Ritz-Carlton Hotel with the girlfriend you only met 2 days ago.
That's the thing, like sometimes like the portions will be a little smaller, but it's cheaper, so you're like, I'll just get 2. But then you wind up like going somewhere that's like $3.50 or $4. And you still get 2. And he's totally right about that. Because, like, I'm trying to get my protein, trying to get my macros, bro. And, you know, like, that's the part of being healthier is eating smaller portions. He's spot on with that. And the girlfriend you met 2 days ago. You're treated different over there. That's for sure.
Order everything on the menu. You go for weekend trips. You go out every night. You go to the strip clubs.
Watch out for the scammer girls, though. Yeah. I'm sure there's scammer guys out there, ladies. So, yeah, be aware.
Nana Plaza, throwing out money. 2 weeks later, you're broke. It's so common here that it's basically a rite of passage. Everyone does this once or twice, maybe 3 times. But if you don't correct it fast, you're going to be running home with your tail between your legs. And also, I have to tell you that the old stereotype of Asia being so cheap is not true anymore. Inflation is rampant all over the world. While it's more of
yeah, if you're trying to buy these big companies that you're used to or anything like your creature comforts from back home, you're in trouble. You really have to go to these markets that like have fish guts and blood all over the floor and just like deal with it, man. Luckily, there's like usually a section for vegetables and all that, super clean. So if you're a vegetarian, like rock on, you don't have to walk through there. But you know, wear your closed-toe shoes and learn how to cook. You know, make a friend. See how they cook with local ingredients.
Affordable than life in the West. It's definitely not free, and you would be surprised at the prices, especially for Western conveniences. If you don't control your urge to spend more money, you're going to pay for it fast. That was a nice metaphor. Okay, the next one is real. I call it the boredom paradox. But no one realizes this. Everyone...
My brow motto's definition,
sorry,
not
guys.
deception.
I don't have the YouTube Plus or whatever, so it's just constantly trying to tell me shit.
Energy
That's my bad. But yeah, I think what he's about to get into is
supporting Colorado jobs,
you know,
unwavering in the pursuit of a more affordable and
you're gonna be
reliable
bored.
energy future.
Like you're gonna find boredom in your day. Like yeah, even if you're out there making YouTube videos and you got some work on some platform that you can, you know, sell stuff online, whatever it might be. You're going to be busy for only so long, and then the rest of the day, you're going to be bored. Like, you're going to work out for 2 hours? That's not what you're supposed to do. Like, go walk around the park.
Share with your kids.
It's not really like, what is this, Kinder Joy? Yeah. Anyways.
wants to
Sorry.
believe in the fantasy on their laptop, working remotely, girls bringing you coconuts on the beach, no structure, no job, no one calling you in the morning wondering why you're not at work. It sounds amazing, but it's actually a nightmare, because as human beings, we love structure, we love routine as much as we complain about it. And in your home country, you probably had a job, you probably had something to do. If not, your mother was poking you, trying to get you out of the house. But when you come over here, you might be working online, you might not be working at all. And if you don't give yourself a structure, if you don't put yourself in a military boot camp with a strict routine, you're going to lose your mind. You'll have way too much freedom, you'll have way too much time, and the devil makes idle hands do some work. Is that?
Yeah, totally. Like, there comes a point you like walk down the same streets and people get to know you. Like the people that are working there are just like making their commute, or the buskers that are playing music on the side of the road, like they see you and throw you a little head nod. Like it's cool and all, but at the same time it's like, I need to get more busy. I need to be more productive. Or I just need to, like, I don't know, find a routine like he's talking about. Stay out of trouble.
That's the saying. You'll start going out midweek. You'll start drinking at 2 p.m. in the day. You'll drift into dodgy situations, and you'll run into the drifters who will drag you down into their cesspit. You'll stop training. You'll eat badly.
Right.
And while Asia, especially for me, when I come here, I get in good shape. I start looking after myself. It's the flip side for other people. If you're not diligent, you could ruin yourself really quickly. And you hear a lot of people over here, they love to complain about how boring it is. Oh, when I first came to Cambodia, everyone was telling me, oh, it's so boring. It's boring because you're being boring.
Yeah, no.
If you don't
Cambodia's not boring, for sure.
have the routine, your brain will crave stimulation. In Asia, there's too many temptations, there's too much freedom, and there's too many opportunities to ruin your life. So the fantasy life of having nothing to do will actually get boring after about a week. Being on the beach, for me, actually gets boring after about an hour, to be honest. You need to go to the gym, do your work at a set.
Yeah, going out to Asia made me realize, like, I want to find something that I do all the time, that I can think about all the time, like, and not retire. Why would you want to retire? You know how boring that would be? Sit around all day, go on vacations here and there. Like, what are you going to do with your time? It's not that fun, you know, like, unless you're a writer and you're just like writing books all the time, but that's still work. Like, you got to find something that you're passionate about that you can just do until the day you die. I watched my grandma be retired. Dude, she sat in the same 3 chairs all day long. Thank God she stopped smoking cigarettes, but that gave her something to do. At the same time on the radio, just like, man, that's not the life I want to live. I don't know about you guys. Like, dang, yeah.
That time, put in some social time, put in some adventure time. Don't wake up in the morning not knowing what you're going to do. And also, don't be a fool. Make sure you get the free Move to Asia cheat sheet in the box below. Now, the next one is universal, especially amongst guys, myself included. I'd love to tell you I'm any different. When we come over here first, especially when we're young, actually no, of all ages, we land in Southeast Asia, and our only mission is to find a girlfriend. We're thinking fantasy stuff, romance, adventure, sick buffaloes. Before we even have a stable income, before we've even rented an apartment, before we've even got a visa, that might have been me. Before you have a social...
Totally. Yeah. It's like, it's not a priority or anything, but, like, I don't know. Like, American society and the Western society is totally different these days. Like, women have all these options, and then men, we gotta, like, really stand out to, like, grab that woman's attention, because every woman has a bunch of orbiters. You know, chicks, you'll admit this. Like, there's a bunch of dudes that are constantly hitting you up, constantly liking your stuff. You probably don't want anything to do with 99% of them, but they're just there. You know, they might be somebody that you grew up with or whatever, but they're just, like, constantly poking you for attention. And over there, it's different. Like, I feel like a pretty girl over there. It's too funny. It's absolutely true, too. It doesn't matter what age you are. Yeah, actually, like, I hear in some countries, like, the older you are, the better. Like, the Philippines, a 65-year-old guy could date a 25-year-old chick. What? Yeah. It's facts.
Social circle before you have any idea what
So
you're
wait,
doing.
push the brakes
You're
on
already
it, you know?
emotionally invested in someone. You really don't know who they are. After my years of research, I found this to be totally backwards. And dating, your dating life should be the cherry on top. It should be the icing on the cake, not the fucking foundation. I'm not trying to put people off dating, but I just want to tell you that if dating is the mission, you're way more likely to make a mistake. And then what happens once you complete the mission? What do you do then? You have no roots planted. You don't even know what the hell is going on. I would say totally flip it. Get sorted first. Get yourself together. Then you can add in the dating. And this ties in nicely to fantasy thinking. A lot of us Western guys especially, we have our heads in the clouds sometimes. You come to Asia thinking, oh, the weather's nicer, it's so much easier, the people are friendlier. We have all these notions before we've even set foot here. A lot of the stuff we think we know is totally superficial. And even though you're competent at home, you're capable at home, over here it's a totally different ball game. You're actually naive if you're new here, and you don't know the rules of the game here. And if I could give you one tip, especially in the dating, if you're a Western guy, a lot of the women think you're gullible. Don't tell anyone I told you that.
Yeah, they do. And like they're just gonna try everything to just take everything from you. It is one thing to take note though, like every country has its own like social rules and constructs. But overall in Asia, remember, like as far as like a community is concerned, like you date one person, like, a lot of people are gonna know about it. You know, here in America, things can be a little secretive. There's a whole lot of cheating going on, and you know, just like it's just totally different here. You can go on dates with people; they'll just never tell anybody until they're like serious about you or something. But over there, you've got to be very selective, and some of them over there as well are very reserved, and those are the keepers, in my opinion. The ones who aren't trying to take from you, you know, aren't trying to sleep with you, but are definitely like, you know, flirting, being romantic, whatever it might be that, you know, makes you attracted to them. Like they're still there, like they're interested, but they're not gonna just throw themselves away. Keep that in mind. Look for the rare ones.
Of course, while it's nice to be told you're
right.
handsome, it's not always wise to believe
Totally gonna
it.
take
For
advantage
every
of you if they
successful expat here, there's an absolute horror story. I don't want to become
Hook up with
another
a girl,
horror
take
story.
care of her family,
I
too.
don't want you
Remember
to
that.
become a horror story. So let's move on to the visas. Visa runs, while they sound easy on paper, all just hop the border every 90 days. It's really stressful, and I have to give credit to, there's some people who have
Traveling's
been
not
living
fun,
in
guys.
Thailand for 30 years. Doing
Bus rides,
visa
plane
runs.
rides?
They
Really
deserve
wanna do
an
that?
award, a Grammy or an Oscar or something. It gets very stressful. It's a pain in the ass after a while, after you've done a few. I really hate the feeling of not knowing, will the immigration officer let me back in? Now,
And those immigration officers sometimes give you some crazy looks, like, nah, you ain't coming in, but it's fine. Like Will Travels in Vietnam, that dude crosses every 3 months. I don't know how long he's been in Vietnam, but he just does it over and over and over and over again. You want to know how to do it? He'll teach you. He'll also show up at the airport if you pay him, like get you all set up. So he's a good one to look into. But yeah, Con's totally right. It's annoying, you know. Going to the airport, especially if you're in like KL, you gotta go. The airport's real far away, man, and then you gotta like show up early and you gotta wait. You gotta take your drinks, Red Bull or whatever. Yeah, it's nuts. Then if you have a layover somewhere, oh, geez, you're there for like 6-7 hours.
I've never had any trouble. And while it definitely worked before, they're all clamping down on it now. I don't think the border runs will be an option in future. There was a fly at my window. And for me, while I've done it in the past, the visa runs, they're always the last resort. Okay, and here we are. The number one reason why expats fail in Asia is starting a couples vlog, which is all very nice. And look, I don't watch couples vlogs because I'm jealous of how
They're so
happy
annoying.
everyone else seems to be. In the back
They're
of my
so
mind, I
annoying.
always think that there's one half of the couple wanted more then the other.
Oh,
so
for
if
sure.
you are that
There's
spouse,
always
if
one
you're
that's
not
like,
the
"Oh,
one
I
that's
have to
fully
do this again."
invested in the new plan,
hilarious.
you're not going to make it in Southeast Asia. But I'm
There's like the
always
dude with the
curious
super
about
hot
what
chick,
happens
like,
if the
the
couple
dude's
breaks
totally
up.
into it, just-
Who
but
gets
he's, like,
custody
selling
of
his
the
girlfriend being hot
subscribers?
to get
But all
attention,
jokes
and,
aside, if you're
you can
moving
tell.
to Southeast Asia, whether you're single or as a couple, make sure you
The
want
chick's
to
total
do it.
marketer.
Because if you're
Her
not
husband's
fully
like some kinda,
invested,
like,
if you're not
computer geek, and he's just
100%
like,
in
"I
on
don't know what
it,
to say."
you're not going to make it.
That's always
So yeah,
funny,
that's
too.
the pattern. Moving to Asia can be life-changing. If you're anything like me, I owe a lot to Asia, to be honest. But it's not going to fix your problems necessarily. If you didn't know, a lot of the problems you have at home will follow you across the border.
Classic
And if you
cliche,
look at
but
it,
it's
Asia
true.
seems to amplify
problems follow
what
you,
people
guys.
already are. The people that
internal.
come over here with a plan, that are very diligent and they want to build something.
Yeah.
A lot of them you can see, especially on YouTube, have built very successful careers or whatever they're doing. But then on the flip side, the people that came over here drifting, ooh, they tend to go very downhill very fast. There are no guardrails. No one's holding your hand here. No one actually gives a damn about you, which can be
No.
freeing, but also make you vulnerable. But it's as
No one ever
simple as
gives a
this.
fuck.
If you want to succeed here, build your structure, control the cost. Don't marry the first girl you meet on Tinder. Really get the visa sorted, and of all else, you need income, preferably before you come here, but if not, then you need a runway to get the income sorted. And if you do that, you can have an incredible life. I always knew, now at the start, I can't lie to you, when I first started coming here, I was running away from home. I didn't know what I was doing. But over time, I realized that
Love the
Asia
honesty.
is the place to be. The future is going to be happening right here. While look at Europe, look at the US. I feel way more at ease here. I feel like I know what I'm doing. And I want to be
Amen,
part of the growth story. I want to be in a place that's going to do well in the future. If you're anything
Very
like
cool.
me, if you're really serious about moving here, make sure you check out the Move to Asia blueprint
Yeah, check it
in
out,
the
guys.
box below.
Totally
It
worth it.
has everything you need to know. And
Yeah.
also, if you want the quick overview, get the free Move to Asia cheat sheet in the box below.
I hope you
That's
like
it,
poked around
guys.
my
Look,
videos and saw how crazy I was
Asia's
going.
an incredible
But,
place.
you know, I was
Like,
dealing with a lot of
subscribe,
health
do whatever you
issues,
need to
too,
do.
and Psychosis, right?
I need all the help I can get here.
Hey, you got
I'll
my
see you in the
help,
next
bro.
one.
You guys, go to
Oh,
Con Lear.
okay.
Say what's up. Give him a follow. Subscribe. Give him a thumbs up. Yeah. On to the next one. By the way, if you're watching this in the morning on Saturday, have a good weekend, all right?